Hello students, in this lecture we are going to see the third chapter of optimization technique, which is replacement and maintenance model. So what is the need of replacement of model? Now when efficiency of an item decreases gradually and at the same time maintenance of item increases gradually, then in this case we will replace an item or our product. Okay, now we'll see the introduction. So the problem of replacement is felt when the job performing units such as men, machines, equipment, parts, etc. become less effective or useless due to either sudden or gradual deterioration in their efficiency failure. So or their breakdown by replacing them by new ones at a frequent interval. So maintenance and other overhead costs can be reduced. Such a replacement would be increased need of capital cost for new ones. Now we will see there are three types of replacement situations. So first one is items such as machines, vehicles, tires, etc., whose efficiency deterioration with age due to constant use and which need increased operating and maintenance cost. In such cases, the deterioration level is predictable and represented by, so first case is increased maintenance or operational cost. Second one is its waste or scrap value and safety risk. So these are two conditions. Now second type of replacement situation is items such as light bulbs and tube, radios, TV parts, etc., which don't give any indication to deterioration with time but fail all the sudden and are useless. So this is the replacement situation. Now last replacement situation is the existing working staff in an organization gradually reduces due to retirement, death and other reasons. These are the replacement situations. Now what are the types of failure? So there are two types. Now what is meant by failure? So the term failure here will be discussed instead of replacement decisions. There are two types of failure. First is gradual failure and second is sudden failure. So what is gradual failure? Gradual failure is progressive in nature. That is, as the life of an item increases, its operational efficiency also deteriorates, which results in first is increased running or maintenance cost, decrease in its productivity, and last decrease its resale or salvage value. So that's the gradual failure. Now second failure is sudden failure. This type of failure occurs in items after some period of giving desired service rather than deterioration while in service. The period of desired service is not constant. That is called sudden failure. Now in that sudden failure there are two types of failure. Which one? First is progressive failure and second one is retrogressive failure. And third one is random failure. Now first, progressive failure is if probability of failure of an item increases with increase in life, then such a failure is progressive failure. For example, light bulbs, tubes fails progressively. These are the examples of progressive failure. Now retrogressive failure. If probability of failure in beginning of the life of an item is more, but as time passes the chances of its failure become less, then such a failure is said to be retrogressive failure. And last is random failure. The constant problem of failure is associated with items that fail for random cause such as physical causes not related to age. Now there are some examples for random failure. Vacuum tubes, airborne equipment are the examples of random failure. Now let's see the statement of the theorem. The cost of maintenance of machine is given as function increasing with time whose scrap value is constant. So first condition is if time is measured continuously, then the average annual cost will be minimized by replacing the machine when average cost to becomes equal to current maintenance cost. Second one, if time is measured in discrete units, so the average annual cost will be minimized by replacing the machine when next period maintenance cost become greater than current average cost. Now there are some replacement policy when we replace the item or given product. So first policy is if the running cost of next year, which is R of n plus 1, is more than average cost of nth year, then average total cost of nth year should be replaced after n year. Means what here? If running cost of n plus 1 year is more than average running cost of nth year, then we should replace machine at nth year. Okay, so then it is economical to replace at the end of nth year. Now let's see the second policy. If the present year running cost is less than the previous year's average cost, then average total cost at n minus 1th year, then do not replace. So that is here, what is formula for here? R of n plus 1 is greater than 1 upon n. So this is n number of years. So 1 upon n into here C minus S. So what is C? C is cost price, S is resale price or scrap value, plus summation T from 0 to n R of T. So this is cumulative running cost. Okay, and here R of n is less than 1 upon n minus 1 into brackets C minus S plus summation T from 0 to n R of T. So this is cost value minus resale value plus cumulative running values. Now third policy is replacement equipment when average annual cost for n year becomes equal to current or annual running cost. That is R of n should be equal to 1 upon n times C minus S plus summation integration 0 to n R of T dt. Now what is formula for to find out total cost? Now total cost is equal to C minus S plus summation T from 0 to n R of T. So what is C here? C is capital or purchase value or cost value, and S is, so S is scrap value, or we say that it is salvage value or resale value. And here what is R of T? R of T is running cost, and here summation, so summation running cost, we call this as cumulative running cost. And N is here, N is replacement age of an equipment. Now we will see examples based on this failure. We will use this policy to replace the machines. First policy is running cost of next year is which is R of n plus 1 is more than average cost of nth year. So in this case we replace machine at nth after nth year. And second one is if the present year running cost is less than the previous year average cost, so average total cost of n minus 1. So this is short form of average running cost of n minus 1th year, then do not replace. And third policy is replace equipment when average annual cost for n year becomes equal to the current or annual running cost, which is R of n is equal to 1 upon n times C minus S plus some integration 0 to n R of T dt. So we'll use one of the policy from that to replace the machine after nth year. Now see the example. Now the example is a film is considering the replacement of machine whose cost price is 12,200 and its scrap value is rupees 200 from experience. Maintenance and operating cost are found to be as follows. So we have given number of years, total there are 8 years, and from each year's running cost will be for first year which is running cost 200, second year having running cost 500, third year having 800, fourth year having running cost 1200, fifth year running cost is 1800. 6th year running cost is 2500. 7th year running cost is 3200, and last 8th year running cost is 4000. Now, so our question is, when should machine will be replaced? So here we have given running cost, so this is running cost, and also we have given scrap value. Scrap value means what? This is value of S, which is 200, and we have given cost of total cost of machines, which is 12,200. Okay, now we'll find out the optimal time to replace the machine. Means what? In which years we will replace the machine. Now let's see, to determine the optimal time n when the machine should be replaced. Now we have given cost of machine is 12,200, and we have given resale value or scrap value or salvage value, which is 200. Okay, now first we calculate average cost per year during the life of machine as follows. Now let's see, so we have given total there are 8 years. So make the chart. So in this chart, first column should be year of service, so this is number of years. Second column will be scrap value. We have given scrap value here, so this value is for every year, we can write it for every year. Next, third column will be depreciation cost. So depreciation cost will be calculated by using formula C minus S. Means what? Cost of machine minus salvage value or scrap value, so C minus S. Next is running cost. So running cost is given for each year in the table. And next, find out cumulative running cost and total cost. Now let's see how to find this. Now here, so in given table we have total there are 8 years. Okay, so this is 8 years. Now scrap value. So we have given scrap value S is equal to 200. So this is for every year. So I have written it for every year. Now depreciation cost. So depreciation cost calculated by using formula C minus S. So C is cost of machine and S is scrap value or salvage value. So 12,200 minus 200. So we get 12,000 for every year. So this is again 12,000. Okay. So we get here 12,000 for every year. Now next is running cost. So R of n we have given in table. So here this is number of this is year, and for each year we have given its running cost. Now so this is running cost for each year. Now next, to find out its cumulative running cost. So how to calculate cumulative running cost? By using summation R of n. Now first write down this 200 as it is. Next add this 200 with 500, we get 700. Next again add this 700 with 800, we get 1500. Next add this 500 with 1500 with 1200, we get 2700. Next add this 2700 with 1800, we get 4500. Okay, add this 4500 with 2500, we get 7000. Now add this 7000 with 3200, we get 10200. Add this 10200 with 4000, we get 14200. So this is the cumulative running cost. Okay, next, to find out total cost. Now what is formula for to find out total cost? So total cost is equal to C minus S plus summation R of n. So what is value of C minus S? So C minus S, so this is column 3rd. So add column 3 plus summation R of n, which is column 5. Add column 3 plus column 5, we get total cost. Okay, so here column 3 having value this and column 5 having value this. So 12,000 plus this. So value will be 12,200. Next add this with this. So 12,700. Next 12,000 plus 500. 12,000 plus 1,500, so which is equal to, so adding these two we'll get 13,500. Now next add 12,000 with this 12,000 plus 2,700, we'll get 14,700. Next we'll add 12,000 plus 4,500, which is 16,500. Next 12,000 plus 7,000, 19,000. Next 12,000 plus 10,000, 200, which is 22,200. Next 12,000 plus 14,200, which is 26,200. Now next calculate average annual cost. Now how to calculate this? Now by using we have the formula. Now divide total cost by their number of years, we will get average annual cost. Now divide column 6 by column 1. So this is column 6 and this is column 1. So divide this value by this, so we get 12,200. Now divide this value by this number of years, we will get 6,000. So divide it by 2, we get 6,350. Now next we will divide this by 3, so we get 4,500. Now next we will divide 14,700 by 4 number of years, so we will get 3,675. Next divide 16,500 by 5, then we get 3,300. Next divide 19,000 by 6, then we will get 3,167. Next divide 22,200 by 7, then we will get 3,171. And next divide last 26,200 by 8, we will get 3,275. Okay. Now in last column, what is the minimum value? Now here among last column, so we observe that 3,167 is the minimum cost, and after that it will increases gradually. Here 3,171, here 3,275, so it increases gradually. So average minimum cost will be minimum at the year of, so this is the year of 6th year. Okay, so from above table average cost per year, this is average total cost for nth year is minimum in 6th year, which is 3,167. Also average cost in 7th year is 3,171, which is more than 6th year, right? Therefore machines should be replaced after every 6th year. Means what? So in minimum cost, if we get minimum average total cost, then at the end of that year we will replace the machine. So here at the 6th year we get minimum total average cost. Okay, so at the 6th year we will replace the machine. Okay, we will stop here. Thank you.